Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Naturally Z here, and today we're going to be talking about 13 cruise essentials that you probably didn't think about, but you definitely need. So stay tuned.
I don't say a word, but I'm getting seen. Everything I do it naturally. Ay, yeah, naturally.
Alright, so you've bought your ticket, you booked your cruise, you're about to go on your trip. It's about time for you to start packing, but you're like, oh my god, what do I need to pack to bring on my cruise ship with me? Well, you've come to the right place. I got you. Here are 13 things that I personally can't cruise without, that I don't recommend nobody else to cruise without. And if you have even more items that you feel like should be added onto this list, make sure you comment them down below. And yeah, okay, so let's get started. Number one is a waterproof phone case or a lanyard, either or maybe in both, depending on how you feel about it. But these things are lifesavers on a cruise. They come in handy so much. You don't really need to carry a purse. You don't really need to carry a book bag because you don't really need all that stuff. All you really need, to me, is like your phone and your C-Pass. But your C-Pass is also your room key as well. And maybe you don't have pockets. Maybe you're wearing a bathing suit or a swimsuit cover up or whatever. It's just really convenient to just carry that around your neck so that way you don't have to like constantly worry about losing it or have to look for it to keep up with it. It's just right there around your neck, and then whenever you need to go back into your room, you just take it out and you just, you know, and you put it back in. It's just a lifesaver. And on top of that, they're waterproof, so you don't have to worry about getting your phone water damaged or anything. You can take it, you know, while you swim, even when you're in the ocean. You can even record underwater with your phone in that. So even if you don't have like a fancy like underwater camera or whatever, you can like record underwater with that because that's waterproof. So it's just really nice and convenient and easy to carry, easy to keep up with. You don't even have to think about it. It's just you have everything you need right there on your neck. Item number two is hoodie and sweatpants, or like at least a long sleeve shirt and long sleeve pants. I know you're going to a tropical island, you're going to somewhere where it's going to be hot, you plan on being at the pool every day. I know, but what you don't realize is that it gets cold at night. It gets cold by that water, period. That ocean breeze is something serious when you're on a cruise, especially at nighttime, and you need like a something long sleeve, something to keep your legs warm, especially if you're somebody who always gets cold like me. It's the same thing like when you go down the shore and you plan on being there all day or something until nighttime. You always bring like a hoodie, or you always end up buying like a hoodie from out of one of the shops on the boardwalk, because like it gets chilly by the ocean, like it just does. And when you're actually on the ocean, it's gonna be chilly. You're gonna need more than booty shorts and a tank top and bathing suits, I promise you. And then on top of that, weather is unpredictable. It's not going to be super hot the whole time. Like, it's going to rain, it's going to be windy. And then also the cruise ship is air conditioned. When you're walking around the cruise ship and you're going to like theater and you're going to the dining room and all that, it's air conditioned. So, you know, that might be chilly for some people too. And then also, as far as the long pants go, sometimes long pants are required for like certain activities that you want to do, or maybe certain excursions that you want to do. I remember when I was on Royal Caribbean and we wanted to go ice skating, you were not allowed to ice skate in shorts. You had to have long pants on in order to go ice skating. So yeah. And while we're on this topic, don't forget pajamas too. Do not forget to pack pajamas, because I feel like people forget that too. Number three, actually probably should have been number one, because you cannot even get on the boat without this, but the proper documentation that you need to travel. You need this stuff or you will not get on the boat, and they're not going to refund you because you forgot your ID or your birth certificate or your passport. So when you're getting on a cruise, you need two forms of identification. So you can use a state ID, you can use a driver's license, you can use a birth certificate, or you can use a passport. I'm pretty sure there might be a couple more things that you can use, but those are like the main things. And a lot of people ask like, do you need a passport to go on a cruise? And the answer is no if you are taking a round trip, meaning like you're leaving from American cruise port and then you're coming back to that American cruise port. You don't need a passport, but I do recommend bringing a passport, just because the passport line is way shorter than like the birth certificate and ID line. Like, they let you through way faster with just a passport. And I think if you have a passport, you don't need another form of identification. Because for me, when I brought my passport, they didn't even check nothing else. They just checked my passport and I was good to go. Also, just in case anything happens, any emergency happens, and you get stuck in the foreign country for whatever reason, you get left or whatever, you have that passport to be able to get back way more easily and smoothly. Like, it's gonna be hard for you to fly back if you don't have a passport or whatever with you. But yeah, I recommend a passport, but I went on my first two cruises without my passport. So in my first cruise, I didn't even have a passport. So yeah, and if you do bring your passport, it has to be good for another 6 months after the cruise. So if you cruise in January, your passport has to be good until June. And then once you actually get on the ship, put all that stuff in the safe, you know, lock it away, make sure it's in a safe, secure place, because you're not gonna need it while you're on a cruise until you go on port. When you go on port, definitely bring your passport just to be safe. Just like I said, if you get left, you know, you never know. But I'm telling y'all that, but I never bring my passport on board. I always forget. Like, I just be so ready to get off the ship, but I always forget. But I be very careful about getting back on that ship on time. But I know something, not everybody like that. And make sure the name on your, like, your ID and your passport and stuff is the same as the name that you use to book the cruise under. And also, if you're traveling with a minor that is not like your child and none of the parents are with you, you have to have a letter, like a written and signed letter from the legal guardian stating that you are allowed to, you know, bring this child on board with you. But yeah, bottom line, just have all the documents you need and double check and Google again and double check your cruise line's requirements for identification. Number 4, please bring your own preferred hygiene items. Now, the cruise line does provide shampoo, conditioner, I believe. And also, I know for a fact that they provide body wash and they provide hand soap, toilet paper, towels, and washcloths. They provide all of that. So if you're fine with just using their stuff, then you'll be good. But anything else that you need, you have to bring yourself. And if you don't want to use their stuff, then you should bring your own stuff. Like, especially if you have like sensitive skin or if you have like specific products that you like to use on a day-to-day basis, make sure you bring that on your cruise. So make sure you have your hair products, so shampoo, conditioner, oils, and certain moisturizers, spray, anything like that. I'm pretty sure they have stores where you can buy stuff that you need, but they're going to tax that motherfucker. Like, that shit's gonna be expensive. So I would just bring your own. It's cheaper. Also, like body wash, you're allowed to bring full-size bottles of body wash, conditioner, shampoo, all that kind of stuff. I usually just bring like travel-size versions though, but I'll be having to bring like more than one, obviously, because one little travel-size thing is not gonna last me for a whole week. Also, like I mentioned earlier, your skincare stuff, so your face wash, your moisturizer, face brushes, your makeup remover, your makeup wipes and stuff like that. Other things like a razor. Also, obviously, deodorant, lotion, toothbrush. Don't forget your toothbrush and your toothpaste, because they don't provide that. Anything that you use to care for your body on a day-to-day are things that you should bring, because you're going to really miss them if you go on a cruise without them. Number 5 is cash. You don't just want to bring your debit card. Like, you want actual money, and you want to bring extra money. You want to bring extra spending money, and then even extra emergency money. Now, you might be saying, like, why do I need money? Like, my ticket is all inclusive. They are going to provide everything that I need. Like, I don't need to bring any extra money. That is a flawed mindset. Why would you go on vacation and not bring any extra money? Even though they are going to cover all of your essentials like food and stuff like that, you definitely still want to bring like extra money to spend, because while you're walking around that boat, I guarantee you're going to see something that you want to do, something that you want to try that is not complimentary and that costs extra money, and you're going to be swiping that C-Pass. Because, oh yeah, when you get on the actual boat, everything is cashless. They're going to give you a C-Pass, which is like a card. It also doubles as your room key, but this is going to be your lifeline once you get on the cruise. And every time that you want to buy something on board, you're going to swipe your C-Pass. You're not going to give them cash money, or you're not going to give them your debit card. You're going to give them your C-Pass. And then at the end of the cruise, all the stuff that you swiped on that C-Pass card is going to be charged to your real debit card. So while you're on the actual ship, you don't need cash and you don't need your debit card. But I say that you want to bring actual cash, money, dollar bills, because when you're in port, you don't just want to be swiping your card in these foreign places. First of all, one, your bank might flag that and might think somebody stole your shit and just cut that off, and you're not gonna be able to buy nothing. But also, two, you never know with these local shops if they want to scam, if they save your information and then end up taking hundreds of more dollars out than you even like spent in their shop. I just feel like it's just safer to just use money. Now, have I ever swiped my debit card in port before, like in a foreign country before? Yes. A lot of times I let my bank know that I am about to travel before, and so they don't cut my off. But yeah, have I ever done that before? Yes. Did I ever get scammed? No. But I've heard stories it's possible, so I'd rather just be safe than sorry. And then I also recommend you to bring like a lot of ones and small dollar bills, because, you know, usually when you're on the actual cruise port, like if you don't leave the cruise port and you just stay on the cruise port when you get to your destination, everything usually is in like US dollars, because they know like it's a tourist hotspot, tourist destination. But if you leave port, you might have to use like the local currency. So if you go to Mexico, you might have to use pesos or whatever. If you only have like $100 bills and you're buying something that's only $20, you don't want to get all that change back in pesos, and then you're gonna have to spend it while you're in Mexico, because that money is worthless when you come back to the United States, you know what I'm saying? And then also you want to bring smaller bills, like $1 bills, to tip people, because you're going to come across a lot of people, like crew members on the ship, that help you out, or that are super nice to you, or that go out of their ways to cater to you or to help you out, and you're going to want to like show your appreciation towards them by like tipping them. I would probably bring like $50 in ones, just, you know, for tipping and blessing people. Now, when you're on the actual cruise ship, you're not required to tip anybody, because tips are included. Like when you buy a drink at the bar, your tip is included in the price of the drink, like when you swipe your C-Pass. So you don't have to tip them, because you already technically did tip them when you bought the drink, you know? But if somebody goes above and beyond for you, you want to show a little bit extra appreciation, then you can give them like extra money. Like when you buy your cruise ticket, it gives you the option to prepay your gratuities or to pay them after cruise is over. Either way, you're going to pay at least $80 to $90 worth of gratuities, which is like tip money basically. But if you want to do extra, then you know the ones is what that is for. And obviously bring extra money than you think, because I promise you it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is a once in a lifetime experience. When's the next time I'm gonna be here? You're gonna want to do things that maybe you don't have the opportunity to do at home, and it's just like you want to take advantage of things, and everything costs money. You're gonna want money for excursions, some restaurants or food that's not included, some activities, onboard activities that aren't included. If you're a casino person, bring extra money for the casino. Number 6 is beach essentials. This one might seem obvious, but some people still be forgetting it. So, you know, pack like you're going to the beach for the day. Maybe leave the surfboard and the floaties at home, because you're definitely not allowed to bring those on board. But make sure you have your swimsuits. Bring at least 2. At least 2. If you extra like me, I love swimwear. I have so many bathing suits, so every time I go on a cruise, I bring a lot more than I need. But I like to have the options to like pick and choose like which one I want to wear each day, and then I'll be having like the matching cover-ups to go with them. I really love bathing suits, but everybody's not like that. If you're just a regular person, at least bring 2 swim suits. Please, at least minimum. Don't just bring one. There's multiple pools on board, there's jacuzzis on board, and then once you get off the ship, maybe you want to hit the beach, maybe you're doing some excursions that require you to get wet. So definitely want to have like the proper swimming gear. Don't forget your cover up, because you don't want to have to walk around the boat like super exposed, just your swimsuit on when you're like coming from your room, going on the elevator, and like on your way to the pool or whatever, unless you don't care about that. Also, don't forget your beach bag. You want to bring like a designated bag for the beach, especially if you plan on hitting up the beach when you go there. One that you don't mind getting sandy, one that you don't mind getting wet, and one that is big enough to carry your swimsuit, your towel, your change of clothes, and like anything else that you might need to bring to the beach, or even like to the poolside when you go on the pool on the ship. The cruise line does provide towels, but you must return those towels, because if you don't, it's a $25 charge per towel if you don't bring it back, and they gonna charge it to your room, aka to your C-Pass, aka to your debit card. So you don't want no smoke with the cruise line over these towels. Me personally, I will never pay $25 for a towel. I'm not doing it. So you can bring your own towels if you want to. I feel like that's unnecessary. Just be responsible and bring the cruise line's towels back to them. You can even take the cruise line towels off the boat and onto the beach, but you have to bring them back, or you will be charged. And they also provide life jackets for when you're actually on the boat, so you don't have to worry about that either. Number 7, sun protection. Protection from the sun is so important, especially when you're going to these hot destinations in the Caribbean. The sun there is something different, and you want to do anything you can to protect yourself from the sun so you don't get sunburned, and so you are not super duper hot. So you want to remember to bring your sunscreen, your hats, those big beach hats, or maybe you're more like a cap kind of person to protect your skin from the sun. Also sunglasses, maybe like a lip balm with some SPF on it. And then if you are a person that is more sensitive to the sun and might get sunburned, bring like aloe vera to like help heal like sunburn. Number 8 might not be so obvious, but it is sneakers or closed-toed shoes, or even water shoes. Sometimes it might be appropriate for you to wear closed-toed shoes. And like I said earlier, you cannot control the weather. Sometimes it's going to be raining, sometimes it's going to be like super cold, and it might be nice for you to have closed-toed shoes for your feet, so that way your feet are not freezing. And then also, obviously, when you bring sneakers and closed-toed shoes, you want to bring some socks as well. And there are definitely also some activities, especially some excursions, that require closed-toe shoes or at least water shoes, so definitely you want to bring that. And then if you're a person that doesn't just like to wear your bare feet out at the beach or at the pool, then water shoes will come in handy for you as well. Number 9 is a portable charger. This especially comes in handy on port days when you are off of the boat for the whole entire day and you might not have like a place to plug in your phone, or it's not convenient to go to a place to plug it up your phone. Just keep that portable charger on you so that way you can, you know, maintain your battery life, especially if you're somebody who uses your phone for as much as me, because sometimes I use my phone to vlog, or I'm always taking pictures, taking videos and stuff like that, and that drains your battery. So it's just nice to have a portable charger so that way you don't have to worry about your phone dying. Even when you're on the boat and you're like doing activities on the boat all day and you're not in the room and you don't want to have to go to the room to like wait for your phone to charge to go do something, you can just have your phone charging on the go. Some people also recommend bringing extension cords because there's limited outlets in the room, and if you're in a room with a lot of people, y'all all are not going to be able to charge your phones at the same time, so it's just convenient to bring an extension cord. But there's a certain type of extension cord that you have to bring on a cruise. I'll put it up here because I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, also if you like, you know, you have a camera, make sure you bring like extra batteries for your camera that are charged. Make sure you bring extra like memory cards and SD cards so that way you don't run out of storage when you're trying to like capture all your memories and stuff. So yeah. Number 10, different types of clothes for different occasions and for different activities, including dress up clothes, especially if you're cruising with Carnival, because they do have an elegant night where only elegant attire is allowed in the main dining room. If your clothes are too casual, you're not going to be able to eat in the main dining room that night. And plus, like when you're walking around the boat, everybody's going to be dressed up. So, you know, you're going to want to feel like you want to dress up too, you know. But also lounge wear. So like when I go to breakfast, I just like to wear sweatpants and like a tank top because I'm just going to breakfast. Sometimes when I'm just chilling on the boat and I'm not really doing nothing, I just like to wear my lounge wear. So you're gonna need that. You're also gonna need your dress up clothes for like the dress up nights. There's also a club on board which be lit, so you want to bring like some club clothes. Maybe if you're like a gym person, if you want to do like a workout class while you're on board, maybe some workout clothes. You know who you are and what you're gonna do, so just make sure you pack enough for like you and what you're gonna want to do. I'm not saying to overpack, just make sure you pack a variety of things. Number 11, a fanny pack, or like a waterproof fanny pack. These will be perfect for like port days where you don't want to bring a purse, you don't want to bring a big bag or backpack. Maybe you're not going to the beach and you don't need a beach bag, but you do have like a couple of things, maybe like your phone, some money, your camera, whatever people bring. It's just very convenient to just have everything carried right there on your wayside. And then if you get like a waterproof one, if you're doing like water activities, like one time I did horse riding in Jamaica and I had a fanny pack, I didn't have to worry about like, you know, getting it wet, especially because I did like ATVs that day and I was like riding all crazy. I couldn't wear a backpack. Maybe you don't want to use a locker, you don't want to put it up where everybody else is putting their stuff at, and you feel more secure keeping your stuff on you. A fanny pack is like perfect. Number 12 is medicine, including motion sickness medicine. Now I personally have never gotten motion sickness on a cruise. I didn't even know that this medicine existed until I went to the world of YouTube. Definitely, you know, consider packing motion sickness medicine. If you are a person that gets motion sickness, or maybe you've never been on a cruise before, you don't know if you're going to get motion sickness. Another thing to prevent motion sickness is to make sure like you book your cabin mid-ship. So don't go to like the aft of the ship or the back of the ship, or don't go to like too far to like the front of the ship. Make sure like you book it like your cabin in the middle, because it's like the most steady area of the ship. But also don't forget like your generic medicine too. So like your pain relievers, your Advil, your Tylenol, your ibuprofen. Maybe you're going to be on your period and you want to like make sure you have like your pain medicine for that, or maybe you're somebody who gets frequent headaches, you're going to want like pain medicine for that, or maybe even like Orajel, like tooth medicine if you are somebody who gets like frequent toothaches, or if you're somebody like me, I have like allergic reactions because I'm not supposed to be eating dairy, but I still eat it anyway, so my skin will like break out in hives. So sometimes I have to take Benadryl, so I always bring Benadryl on my vacations just in case, you know, anything can happen. Oh yeah, also this probably should have went in hygiene, but also don't forget like pads and tampons and stuff for the ladies. And I think I said this earlier, but I have eczema, and I always like, it seems like before I go on vacation my eczema be doing fine, my skin be doing fine, and then I don't bring my medicine like my cream or whatever, and then I go on vacation and then my skin just be like super dry and itchy, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I brought my, you know, stuff. So just make sure you bring everything that you could possibly need as far as like medication and stuff on board, so that way you know that you're good. Also prescriptions and stuff too. And last but not least, hand sanitizer and sanitation wipes, and even maybe even regular wipes, because you are going to be around a lot a lot of people. And you gotta touch a lot of surfaces that a lot of other people have touched. For example, elevator buttons, just like random doors and shit that you gotta touch that you know like thousands of people, other people are touching. And you know people are nasty. They coughing in their hand, they be sneezing in their hand, and then they go and touch too. So if you're a germaphobe like me, you just want to be super extra careful. You just want to have like a super great peace of mind. Bring your own sanitizer, hand sanitizer, so that way you can sanitize every time you know, touch something. And number 14, which is just a personal thing for me, because me personally, I'm not leaving nowhere without a blanket. I'm not staying nowhere else and not bringing my own blanket with me. I learned that from a young age, because when I was younger, I used to always sleep over like friends' house, family members' house. And it seems like the one thing that people lack when you go over the house is a blanket, a good blanket. They'll leave you on a couch and it'll just be you, the couch, and pillows, and you'll be cold. Or they do give you a blanket and it's thin. Or they do give you a blanket and it stink a little bit. You know, I just don't like that. I'm just a person, I get cold very, very easily. Like, even when I go to hotels now, even though hotels provide you, you know, that comforter that comes on the bed, I still just like to have my own blanket. Like, I just like to have something extra to keep me warm, something extra to feel like that's comfy. So yeah, these are all my personal essentials that I feel like everybody would benefit from bringing themselves. I feel like this list would be really good for first-time cruisers. So if you're about to go on your first cruise trip with other people who are going on their first cruise trip, or somebody who hasn't been on a cruise in a while, and you just want to remind them of like what to bring, what to pack, definitely share this video with them, so that way they have an idea of, you know, what to bring on board with them, so that way they're not completely lost, or they don't miss out on bringing things that are like essential. And if you have more cruise essentials that I did not list in this video, definitely comment them down below and let me know what you can't cruise without, or what you think other people should not cruise without, and we can definitely talk about it in the comments below. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about everything down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.